YouTube at Sports Bonanza John and on Kick at Sports Kick John, ready for some Major League Baseball tonight on this Saturday night. NL East battle between the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. Preview this game momentarily. First of all, let's pray. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for looking over us, Lord, and continue to look over us, Lord, and please protect all these players and fans involved in this game tonight. Please keep everybody safe, and please continue to do your will among all of us, Lord, as we ask and pray this in your name. Amen. All right, here we go. Braves and the Phillies. NL East Division battle from Philadelphia. Braves 13-7 on the year. They are leading the National League East. Phillies off to a little bit of a struggling start this year. They come in 8-11 on the year in fourth place in the National League East. Pitching matchup tonight, Chris Sale goes to the mound for the Braves. It'll be Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies as the Phillies look to get out of this funk that they are in to start the season. Braves continuing to a great start, a totally different start from last season when the Braves just got off to that terrible, 0-8, 0-9 to start the season last year, whatever it was, could never fully recover from that and missed the postseason last year, but looking like a big threat in the NL East so far this year, at least 20 games into the season, sending the 2024 National League Cy Young winner, Chris Sale, to the hill tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's starting lineups, batting order for both these teams. First, for the Atlanta Braves, they line up this way. Leading it off in right field will be Ronald Acuna Jr. Batting second for the Braves and DHing tonight will be Drake Baldwin. Ozzie Albies at second base will bat third. Cleanup hitter is first baseman Matt Olson. Batting fifth for the Braves tonight will be third baseman Austin Riley. Batting sixth in left field will be Mauricio Dubon. Batting seventh and playing center field tonight for the Braves, Eli White. Catching and batting eighth tonight for Atlanta will be Jonah Heim. And rounding out the batting order, batting ninth and playing shortstop, Jorge Mateo. So again, the Braves batting order: Acuna, Baldwin, Albies, Olson, Riley, Dubon, White, Heim, and Mateo, the starting batting order for the Braves. And they will take on the Phillies pitcher tonight, Christopher Sanchez. Sanchez getting his fifth start of the season, 2-1 so far, ERA of 2.01. 7 walks, 31 strikeouts, 22 and a third innings. He got the win his last time out. That was on Monday against the Cubs. Sanchez looking for win number 3 on the season. A couple finals that have come in from Major League Baseball. From the Bronx, Yankees a 13-4 win over the Royals today. Reds win at Target Field over the Twins today, 5-4. Cubs double up the Mets. Mets, another team struggling to start the year off. The Cubs win 4-2. Tigers win at Fenway Park today. They defeat the Red Sox 4-1. Brewers just picked up a 5-2 win in Miami against the Marlins. Game that's currently in a rain delay. They've been in a rain delay for quite some time in Pittsburgh, but they have resumed now. 4-0 Pirates lead the Rays. That game in the top half of the fifth inning. Giants and Nationals 6-6 in the nation's capital. That game moving to the top of the 11th inning. White Sox and A's in West Sacramento. That game's tied at 6 in the bottom of the 10th inning. Orioles leading Cleveland 1-0. Bottom of the 4th in Cleveland. Just underway in Houston, Cardinals and Astros. Just about set to get underway in Seattle, Rangers and Mariners. Dodgers and Rockies from Coors Field here in about an hour. Blue Jays and Diamondbacks also in about an hour. They're in Arizona, and the Padres and the Angels yet to come tonight as well. So that is the baseball scoreboard on this Saturday. But here we go. Braves and Phillies, National League Eastern Division battle. Phillies mentioned off to just an 8-11 start this year. They're already 4.5 games behind Atlanta in the National League East. So we are just about set for first pitch tonight. Braves and the Phillies. This is an interesting stat on the Phillies. This is the first time the Phillies have been 3 games under 500 in almost 3 years. So they want to try to get this slow start corrected here. Christopher Sanchez finishing up his warm-up tosses. Crowd still filing in at Citizens Bank Park on this Saturday evening. .67 degrees at first pitch in Philadelphia. James Hoy, our home plate umpire. DJ Rayburn over at first base. Dylan Wilson at second. John Lipka making the calls at third base. So here's Acuna to lead it off for the Braves here tonight. Acuna, 247 hitter on the year. He's got a home run. He's drove in 5 runs. Sanchez steps in, and we are underway in Philadelphia. First pitch. Acuna swings at the first pitch and sends it into center field pretty well. Back to the wall, and it is caught. It is caught at the wall. Reaching up to the wall and making the catch is Brandon Marsh. Don't know if it would have been a home run, but it at least would have been a double off the wall. But Marsh makes a great grab in center field to start this game off tonight. Oh, yeah, that thing was going over. That was a home run robbery from Brandon Marsh. Wow. What a way to start this game tonight. I'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Drake Baldwin, DHing tonight for the Braves, hitting .325. 5 home runs. He's drove in 19. He's tied for the Braves lead in home runs and leading the Braves staff in RBIs. And third in the National League in RBIs as that pitch is fouled back. 1 ball and 1 strike the count on Baldwin. 1-1 pitch inside, and the count goes now to 2-1. Two-one pitch to Baldwin. On the ground to first. And going to make the play himself over there at first base is Bryce Harper for out number 2. And it'll bring up Ozzie Albies. Bases empty and 2 outs. Albies hitting .269 on the year. He's got 4 home runs. He's drove in 9. Ball 1 outside to Albies. One-0 pitch from Sanchez to Albies. That's outside, and it's 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Albies fouls it back, and the count will move to 2-1. Two-one. Albies lines this one into right center field. That's going to get down for a hit and roll to the wall. It was a diving effort out there by Marsh, but he couldn't come up with this one, and Albies has himself a 2-out double. Keeps the inning alive for Matt Olson. Cleanup hitter for the Braves, hitting .299, 5 home runs. He's tied for team high, 15 runs batted in. Albies at second with 2 outs here in the Braves' first inning. The pitch, strike 1. Sanchez looks in, and the 0-1 pitch to Matt Olson downstairs. That'll leave him the count, a ball and a strike. One-one. Swing and a miss. Olson now down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes. Albies at second with a 2-out double. One-two pitch. Here it is. That is lined on one hop to short. Long throw is on one hop over on target to Bryce Harper, and that will do it for the Braves. In the top of the first, they get the 2-out single by Albies, but strand him there. Bottom of the first coming. Braves nothing. Phillies coming up. Chris Sale on the mound tonight for the Atlanta Braves. He will face this batting order of the Philadelphia Phillies. Leading it off will be the shortstop Trey Turner. Batting second, DHing tonight, is Kyle Schwarber. Batting third and playing first base, Bryce Harper. Cleanup hitter tonight for the Phillies is the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. Batting fifth is the catcher, JT Realmuto. Batting sixth tonight will be the third baseman, Alec Bohm. Hitting seventh tonight for the Phillies will be the left fielder, That's going to be Reyes. Batting eighth will be the second baseman, Edmundo Sosa. Sorry about this. I got the... And batting ninth tonight to wrap up the batting order, the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. So again, the Phillies batting order will be Turner, Schwarber, Harper, Garcia, Realmuto, Baum, Reyes, Sosa, and Marsh. And they will be facing Chris Sale on the mound tonight for the Braves, making his fifth start of the year. He is 3-1 so far, ERA of 3.27. He's walked 6 and struck out 22 in 22 innings. As it'll be Trey Turner leading it off here in the bottom of the first for the Phillies. Turner hitting .260 on the year, a couple home runs. He's drove in 7. This Phillies team as a team this year has struggled a bit on offense this year. They're hitting just .227 through their first 19 games this year as a team. That's led to a little bit of their slow start this year. First pitch, bottom of the first, strike one. Phillies dropped the opener of this series last night to the Braves 9-0. 0-1 pitch to Sale, or from Sale, is low. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. One pitch. That is lined into right center, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Trey Turner has himself a leadoff single here in the bottom of the first, and it will bring up Kyle Schwarber, DHing tonight for the Phillies. Schwarber on the year hitting just .209 this season. Does have 6 home runs. Drove in 12. He is the home run and RBI leader on this Phillies team. Pitch to Schwarber a little bit off the plate, ball one. One 0 pitch. There's a strike. Counts even 1-1. One. There's a strike. 1-2 the count on Schwarber. One-two pitch. Instead, it's a throw over to first. One-two, a swing and a miss. Schwarber strikes out for the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. And that will bring up Bryce Harper. Harper hitting .286. 4 home runs for Harper. He's drove in 11 on the year. Swing and a miss. And the throw down to second is not in time. It's a stolen base for Trey Turner. That gets him into scoring position. Turner's second steal of the year. 0-1 pitch. That's inside. 1-1 now the count. Pitch. That's a broken bat hit to second base. Throw to first in time for the second out. Turner does advance to third. Nice job there by Albies at second base. They focused on the ball because the end of the bat was headed right for him, too. Adolis Garcia steps up with a runner at third and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Garcia hitting .224 on the year, couple of home runs. He's drove in 5. Pitch to Garcia, foul back, strike 1. Phillies a 2-out threat here with a runner at third. A 1 is a strike down the middle. It's now 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch misses high. It counts now a ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Downstairs, 2-2. During the night as well with the baseball scoreboard. Keep you updated on the NBA and NHL playoffs. Two-two pitch is foul. Count stays 2-2. Two-two. Hit foul. Count will stay 2-2. Another 2-2. That's low, and the count goes full now on Garcia. 3-2. JT Realmuto is on deck. Payoff pitch is foul again. Good battle here between Sale and Garcia. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. And another foul. This at-bat will go to 10 pitches. 3-2, another foul. What a battle here between Sale and Garcia. Pitch number 11 of the at-bat. And it ends up a walk. Adolis Garcia ends up winning the battle as he draws a walk on an 11-pitch at-bat. JT Realmuto will step up now with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Realmuto hitting .292. Home run on the season for Realmuto. He's drove in 4. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Realmuto fouls it off for strike 1. They've ran Sale's pitch count up here in the first inning. He's already thrown 22 pitches here in this first inning. The pitch to Realmuto popped up. Shallow center field. Who wants it? It will be the shortstop, Mateo. Phillies do not score. They strand 2. Inning in the books in Philadelphia. Braves and Phillies, no score. Updating you on the NBA and NHL playoff scoreboard. 2 games final in the NBA today. Cavaliers over the Raptors, 126-113. Cleveland takes the early 1-0 lead in that series. And the Nuggets, 116-105 over the Timberwolves in game 1. So the Nuggets take a 1-0 lead. Halftime at Madison Square Garden, good one between the Knicks and Hawks. Knicks lead 57-55. And coming up here in just about an hour in Los Angeles, game 1 between the Rockets and the Lakers. Stanley Cup playoffs. First round game 1 in the East. Hurricanes a 2-0 shutout over the Ottawa Senators. Hurricanes take the 1-0 lead. And in progress at the end of the second period in Dallas, the Wild leading the Stars 4-1. So the Wild looking to steal home ice by getting the game 1 win there in Dallas. Coming up here in just about half an hour or so, the Battle of Pennsylvania, the big anticipated first round series in the NHL, the Flyers and the Penguins. Game 1, that's coming up. It's scheduled for 8 o'clock, but that's probably going to be 8 o'clock Eastern, but that's probably going to be pushed back, considering the game ahead of it is only at the second intermission. It hadn't even started the third period yet. And here we've got a scoreless game after 1 inning. Braves and the Phillies. I know it's only April, but as the old saying goes, you can't win a division in April, but you can definitely lose it. And if the Phillies lose this game here, they're already going to find themselves 5.5 games out in the National League East behind Atlanta. That first pitch swinging is into left field for a base hit. On the first pitch he sees in the top of the second inning, Austin Riley sends a single to left field. And it will bring up now Mauricio Dubon, left fielder tonight for Atlanta. .319 on the season. Couple home runs. He's drove in 12. Told you about the Phillies as a team hitting just .229 on the season coming into this game. Meanwhile, vice versa, Atlanta through this portion of the season, they're hitting 278 as a team. So good, nearly 50 points better than the Phillies. 0-1 pitch to Dubon is fouled away. Mauricio Dubon now in an 0-2 hole. Oh-2 pitch from Sanchez to Dubon. Oh, that looked like strike three, but it's called a ball. Let's see if we get a challenge. We do not get a challenge, so we'll just have it a 1-2 pitch. That's definitely a strikeout. It's a swing and a miss. Dubon strikes out for the first out here in the top of the second. And the batter will be Eli White. Playing just his 9th game of the year, he's 3 for 15 on the season with a couple of RBIs. Riley, the lead at first. It's a medium lead. And strike one to White. Oh, 1 pitch. That's a bouncer to short. Not hit hard enough to turn 2. They'll just take the sure out at first for out number 2. Two down for the Braves here in the top of the second, and it'll bring up the catcher, Jonah Heim. Hitting 158 on the year. He's drove in a couple runs. Runner in scoring position at second now with 2 outs. Ball 1. There's a strike. Counts even 1-1. One pitch. Swing and a miss by Heim. It's now a ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch misses down and outside. 2-2. Two-two pitch hit foul. Count will stay 2-2. Two-two again. Call no. That's the second one that looked right down the middle that was called a ball. But no challenge. Again. 3-2, a swing and a miss. Heim goes down. Braves down in the second. Strand a runner at second. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Braves Phillies, no score. Alec Boehm will lead it off in the bottom of the second inning for the Phillies. Alec Boehm, leadoff hitter, bottom of the second inning, hitting just 136 on the year for the Phillies. He's got a home run. He's drove in 10. Finale of this series will be tomorrow. Plan is to bring you the finale of that series tomorrow here on the live stream. That's not quite set in stone yet. We'll try and have an update tomorrow. First pitch, bottom 2, popped up. Austin Riley makes the catch, 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the second inning, and that will bring up the left fielder, Reyes. Felix Reyes just called up from AAA Lehigh Valley. This is his MLB debut in this game. He had 6 home runs, and he gets a nice hand from the Philly fans. Reyes making his Major League debut tonight, and he will do it against the Cy Young Award winner in the National League from 2 seasons ago. What a way to get introduced into the big leagues. Pitch to Reyes. Ball 1. One 0 pitch is outside. It's 2-0. Two 0 pitch is lifted in the air to right. That's hit pretty well. And it is gone. On his first major league at bat, Reyes goes deep to right off of Chris Sale. 1-0 Phillies. How's that for an MLB debut? Wow. He hit 6 home runs this year at Lehigh Valley, and it takes him all of 3 pitches to hit his first major league home run. One nothing Phillies. That is one excited young man in the dugout right now. As well he should be. Edmundo Sosa, the batter, a .240 hitter on the year, a home run. He's drove in 5. Whoever gets that ball out there, need to get that ball back to Mr. Reyes. One-two pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Sosa goes down for the second out, and it'll bring up Brendan Marsh. Marsh on the year hitting .290, couple home runs. He's drove in 11. Hitting 9th tonight in the Phillies lineup. Ball 1. 1-0 pitch is fouled away. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. One, a swing and a miss. Counts now 1-2. One, two is strike three. That'll do it for the Phillies in the bottom of the second inning. But a Felix Reyes home run in his first major league at bat gives the Phillies a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the third. Here in the top of the third inning for the Braves, it will be Jorge Mateo to lead it off. Mateo hitting .438 in his 9 games so far this year, 7 out of 16. A home run for Mateo. He's drove in 3 runs. Reyes gets a nice hand from the Philly fans as he goes back out in the field here at the top of the third. Well, good way to start off your major league career, young man. Strike one here to lead off the third to Mateo. Swing and a miss on the 0-1 pitch. It's now 0-2. Oh-2 is outside. A ball and 2 strikes now to count. One-two pitch misses outside. Counts even now 2-2. Two, strike three. Looks like we're going to have a challenge here. Mateo is challenging that strike three call, so we'll have our first ABS challenge of the night. And Mateo is correct. It's off the plate by 0.5 of an inch. So instead of a strikeout, it's a full count. Three-two pitch. That is for sure strike three. It's a swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Sanchez. One out here in the Atlanta third. And we're back to the top of the order, Ronald Acuna. Ball one. One 0 pitch down low. It's now 2-0. Acuna flew out his first time up. Bounces this one foul. I think I said the count was 2-0 before. It was actually 1-1. Now 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Called strike three. And Acuna's calling for a challenge. So our second ABS challenge of this half inning. Acuna is also right. That is outside. Also by 0.5 of an inch. So another strikeout waved off, at least for the moment. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Sanchez ends up getting the strikeout both times anyway. That's his fourth of the game. 2 outs. And here's Drake Baldwin. Pitch to Baldwin. On the ground, up the middle, and through for a base hit. Baldwin has himself a 2-out single here in the top of the third. And Ozzie Albies will be the batter. Albies 1 for 1. He doubled back in the first inning, although he got stranded. Albies takes ball one. One 0 outside. 2-0. Two 0 pitch is foul. Counts now 2-1. Two 1 pitch is a swing and a foul ball. 2-2. 2-2 is a grounder to second. He dropped the ball. Sosa dropped the ball as he was going to tag second base. So the inning stays alive for the Braves. Wow. That was an easy play at second base as Sosa was going to tag the bag. He just flat dropped the ball. So it's first and second with 2 outs. The Braves given basically a 4th out here with that error. And let's see if they can take advantage with Matt Olson. Grounded out his first time up. That ended the top of the first inning. 1-0 is a strike. Counts even a ball to strike. Clearly, that's going to be an error. And now Matt Olson's calling for an ABS challenge on that strike call. And he wins the challenge as well, as that was low by 0.4 of an inch. So we are 3 for 3 on ABS challenges combined between the two teams. It's the 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0 now to Matt Olson. That is ball 4, and that will load the bases for the Braves. Austin Riley now with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And now a visit to the mound. Sanchez should be out of this inning. That grounder to second base there should have been the 3rd out, but Sosa couldn't handle the ball. And the Braves were given new life. And Caleb Cotham, the Phillies pitching coach, out to have a word with Sanchez. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the Braves. And Austin Riley, who is 1 for 1 in the game, steps up. Riley singled his first time up. That came last inning. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. That's a bouncer. That's going to be a tough play. Sanchez can't field it. Everybody's safe. The Braves have tied the game. Looks like Sanchez's leg kind of slipped there. Baldwin comes across. And we are tied at 1. And Mauricio Dubon will be the batter. Only good part about this for Sanchez, it won't go against his ERA because this run is unearned and any subsequent run that will score will be unearned because of that error. Dubon takes low, ball 1. That scored an infield hit. That was going to be a tough play anyway, even if Sanchez fielded that cleanly. And I think the official score saw that and gave Riley a base hit on that. 1-0 pitch to Dubon. In the air to center field. That's going to fall between second and center field. 2 runs are going to score. And it is just the 1 run scores, excuse me. 2-1 Atlanta. No, it is 2 runs that score. I thought that I saw the second run. 3-1 Atlanta here in the third inning. And that error, things have kind of imploded on the Phillies here in the third inning since that error. Albies and Olsen both score. And here's White. Eli White is 0 for 1. That's inside for ball 1. Eli White grounded out last inning. Swing and a miss. Counts even now 1-1. One pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Down low, 2-2. Pitch count getting up there for Sanchez, too. He is almost at 60 pitches, and he's not even through the third inning yet. Two. Outside, full count. Payoff pitch. Runners take off. It's a ground ball too short. The throw to first in time, and that will do it for the top of the third. But the error proves costly as the Braves score 3 runs after the Sosa error. We go to the bottom of the third inning in Philadelphia. Braves now lead at 3-1. Phillies will have the top of the order. Turner, Schwarber, and Harper due up in the bottom of the third inning. Now trailing for the first time in this game at 3-1. Update on the NBA and NHL playoffs. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Game 1 between the Hawks and Knicks. Knicks lead the Hawks 79-74. Little over 9 minutes to go, third period between the Wild and Stars. 5-1 lead for Minnesota over Dallas. So it looks like Minnesota is going to take home ice away from Dallas in that series. Update on the MLB scoreboard. Rays scored 5 runs in the top of the 5th. They lead the Pirates 5-4, bottom of the 7th inning in Pittsburgh. Had a long rain delay in that game. Cleveland 3, Baltimore 1, top of the 8th inning at Progressive Field in Cleveland. Cardinals 4, Astros 1. Bottom of the third inning in Houston. Down there at, I still call it Minute Maid Park, whatever it's called now. What's it, Daikin Park, I think? Mariners 1, Rangers 0, bottom of the third in Seattle. Just getting underway in Denver between the Dodgers and Rockies. You see all that snow in Denver yesterday prior to that game? Yesterday between the Dodgers and Rockies? Wow. Also getting underway in Arizona, Blue Jays and Diamondbacks. First pitch here, bottom of the third to Trey Turner is a ball. Turner's going to challenge that call. And this is, or I'm sorry, not the pitcher was challenging that call, and that is a strike. Well, I tell you what, James Hoy, the home plate umpire, is not having a good day back there so far. That's 4 of calls now that have been overturned by him. Or 4 of his calls that have been overturned by ABS. Oh-2 pitch. Turner lifts it in the air to left center field. That's going to stay in play and be playable out there in left center for Dubon, who makes the catch. And there's the first out here in the bottom of the third. Kyle Schwarber now steps up. 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. Ball 1. One 0 pitch is outside. It's 2-0. Two 0 pitch is a strike. Counts now 2-1. Two 1 pitch is lined fair down the right field line. Schwarber will have to hold it first, however, as the carom off that wall there that kind of curves there between the first base line and right field. When the ball caromed off of that, it ended up almost right to Acuna there in right field, so Schwarber had to hold it first with a single. That will bring the tying run up in Bryce Harper. Schwarber, the lead at first, and the pitch to Harper. Ball 1. Harper grounded out his first time up back in the first inning. It's the 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. Strike 1. Two 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now the count on Bryce Harper. Schwarber, the runner at first here. Phillies down 2, bottom of the third. Two-two pitch from Chris Sale. That ball is ripped deep to right field, and that ball is into the corner. Foul. That would have for sure been extra bases and probably would have got Schwarber home. So Harper gets set for another 2-2 pitch from Chris Sale. And that's hit foul. Another long at bat here. Sale had an 11-pitch at bat with Adolis Garcia earlier in this game. Garcia ended up drawing a walk. This will be now the 8th pitch of this at bat. And it's lifted foul, and that will get out of play. So we will see the 9th pitch of the at bat. Philly Fanatic making a run for that foul ball. Oh, you missed. I've been argued on this before, but I'm sorry, the Philly Fanatic is the best mascot in sports. Two-two pitch. Inside, look out. That almost hit Harper. And the count goes full now, 3-2. There's a nice 98-mile-an-hour fastball coming right at you. Full count pitch. Hit foul again, and we're going to have another 11-pitch at bat. The last 11-pitch at bat to Garcia ended up resulting in a walk. See what this one does. Another 3-2. And another foul ball. Wow. Speaking of Adolis Garcia, he is the on-deck hitter. Another 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Sale wins this battle this time. 2 down. And here is Garcia, who drew that 11-pitch at bat walk. His first time up. Boy, that was ball 4 that Harper swung at, too. It was up. It was up. But couldn't lay off. Pitch to Garcia. He swings at the first pitch this time and fouls it off. Third base side for strike 1. Phillies got the run in the second on the Reyes homer, but the Braves answered with 3 in the top of the third, all coming with 2 outs following that Sosa error. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Little low, ball 1. Garcia gets set for Sale's 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He was swinging for the fence right there. 96 on the fastball. 1-2 now the count on Adolis Garcia. Sale a strike away from getting out of this. Still with the 2-run lead. One-two pitch to Adolis Garcia. And caught by Acuna to end the bottom of the third inning. Schwarber gets stranded at first base. We head to the 4th in Philadelphia, 3-1 Atlanta. Update on some of those other scores. Rays still lead the Pirates 5-4, bottom of the 8th inning in Pittsburgh. Cleveland 4, Baltimore 2, bottom of the 8th in Cleveland. Cardinals lead the Astros in Houston 4-1. That game heading to the bottom of the 4th. Mariners 1, Rangers nothing. Top of the 4th in Seattle. Dodgers got 2 in the top of the 1st in Denver. They lead the Rockies 2-0. Blue Jays picked up a run in the top of the 1st at Arizona, 1-0 Toronto. And in about an hour and 15 minutes, we'll have the first pitch in Anaheim between the Padres and the Angels. Three 3-1 Braves here as we head to the top half of the 4th inning. 8-9-1 in the Braves lineup due up. Jonah Heim takes a strike. All 3 of those runs for the Braves in the 3rd inning were unearned. Strike 2. It's 0-2. Heim, a strikeout victim, his first time up. 0-2 pitch. Downstairs. Ball and 2 strikes now on Jonah Heim. One, two, a swing and a miss. Heim strikes out. Strikeout number 5 for Christopher Sanchez, and there's the first out here in the top of the 4th. Ball 1 to Jorge Mateo. One is a swing and a miss. 1-1. Mateo was a strikeout victim his first time up. The 1-1 pitch. On the ground to first. Harper, the underhand throw to Sanchez, covering for out number 2. 2 outs very quickly for the Braves here in the top of the 4th, and we're back to the top of the order. And Ronald Acuna is getting his 3rd at bat already. Fly out and a strikeout in the game so far for Acuna. That's through into left center field for a base hit. Acuna has himself a 2-out single here in the top of the 4th inning. And that will bring up Drake Baldwin, the Braves DH tonight. Baldwin's 1 for 2. He singled and scored in that 3-run 3rd inning for Atlanta. Here's the pitch. 1. Thought Baldwin might ask for an ABS challenge there, but he did not. Strike one pitch, swing and a miss, and now Baldwin's in an 0-2 hole. Sanchez nearing the 70 pitch mark. Oh-2 pitch. Throw over to first, Acuna back. Oh-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. 6 strikeouts for Sanchez. Braves done in the top of the fourth. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning in Philadelphia. Braves up 2, 3-1. For the Phillies in the bottom of the fourth, it's going to be the 5, 6, 7 hitters. Real Muto, Baum, and Reyes. We will see Reyes again. NBA and NHL playoff update. 6.5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Game 1 between the Hawks and Knicks. Knicks pulling away a little bit. They lead now 100-87 over Atlanta. Stanley Cup playoffs. That is now a final in Dallas. The Wild beat the Stars 6-1. So they take home ice away from Dallas, and just underway in Pittsburgh, the Battle of Pennsylvania. Probably the most anticipated series in that first round in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Flyers and Penguins just underway there in Pittsburgh. Rockies have got a run back in the bottom of the first against the Dodgers. That is now a 2-1 game, and the Diamondbacks have tied up the Blue Jays at 1 in the bottom of the first. They're in the Valley of the Sun. They're heading to the 9th in Cleveland. Cleveland leading Baltimore 4-2. Cardinals still lead the Astros 4-1, bottom of the fourth in Houston. 1-0 Mariners over the Rangers, bottom 4 in Seattle. So here's JT Real Muto to lead it off in the bottom of the fourth for the Phillies. Phillies down a couple here, 3-1. Another good crowd on hand in Philadelphia on a Saturday evening. 67-degree evening at first pitch. First pitch, bottom 4 is a strike. Real Muto flew out his first time up. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Real Muto now in an 0-2 hole. Sale about to throw his 60th pitch of the game. And the 0-2 pitch on the way. Lifted in the air to left, hit pretty well, but just shy of the warning track. It's going to stay in play, and the catch made by Dubon for the first out in the bottom of the fourth. Alec Bohm now steps up. Bohm is 0 for 1. Phillies trail 3-1. They've been out-hit 6-3 so far. Ball 1 to Bohm. Bohm's season average down to 134, as he has not had a good start to the season. Strike one. One pitch. On the ground to third on one hop. Throw across the way in time, and there's out number two. And here comes Felix Reyes. Who his first time up in his major league debut, on the third pitch he saw, parked a home run to right, and he gets a big hand from the Philly fans as he's introduced for the second time. Pitch to Reyes. Gets a hold of this one, but this one's going to stay in play as it's in center field. Catch made, and a very quick 1-2-3. Bottom of the fourth for Chris Sale. On we go to the fifth in Philadelphia. Braves lead at 3-1. Now a final in Cleveland. Cleveland defeats Baltimore 4-2. Braves here in the top of the fifth inning will have Ozzie Albies, Matt Olson, and Austin Riley. Here we go, top five. Ozzie Albies leading off. First pitch swinging is into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Albies makes a wide turn, but will halt at first with a leadoff single. Albies thought about two, but thought better of it. So a double, now a single for Albies. He's 2 for 3, and the batter's Matt Olson. Pitch to Olson, a foul ball, strike one. So the Braves are going up there hacking. Olson in that 3-run third inning for Atlanta. 0-1 pitch. Down low, counts a ball and a strike now. 1-1. Hit foul. Counts 1-2 now on Matt Olson. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. There's the first out of the top of the fifth as Olson goes down swinging, and it'll bring up Austin Riley. Riley is 2 for 2 so far in the day. RBI single back for Riley back in that 3-run third inning. Takes outside here for ball 1. Swing and a miss on the 1-0 pitch. Counts even now 1-1. One is outside, 2-1. Two-one pitch on the way to Austin Riley. Lifted in the air to right field, and over there for the catch is Ordolis Garcia for out number 2. And Mauricio Dubon will step up with a runner at first and 2 outs. Dubon, a 2-run single in that 3-run third inning. His 2-run single is what gave the Braves the lead. It broke a 1-1 tie at the time in the third. First pitch swinging is in the air to right, and that will be caught out there along the foul line by Garcia. Braves are done in the fifth. We're halfway through it. 3-1 Atlanta. For the Phillies in the bottom of the fifth, it will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Sosa, Marsh, and then the top of the order, Trey Turner. If Sale can get through this bottom of the fifth inning still with the lead, he would be eligible for the win. Braves with 7 hits in the game. They've out-hit the Phillies 7-3. That 3-run third inning, the difference. All 3 of those runs for Atlanta in the third scoring after that Sosa error with 2 outs. Phillies should have been out of the inning with no runs crossing. Sosa, leadoff batter here in the bottom of the fifth. He is 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim against Sale his first time. Braves have left 6 men on base. Phillies have stranded 3 so far. Of course, the finale of this series tomorrow And then the Braves, following this, will head to the nation's capital to start a series with the Washington Nationals. Phillies will head to Wrigley Field to start a series with the Cubs. Cubs took 2 of 3 from Philly earlier this week. First pitch, bottom 5. Sosa swings and misses for strike 1. Pirates have tied up the Rays. That game now 5-5, top of the 9th in Pittsburgh. That's foul ball. Don't know if they can sustain this all year, but Pittsburgh, if they continue to play the way they are right now here at the beginning of the season, they're going to be a threat all year in the National League Central. But again, can they sustain it? Well, 0-2 is a bouncer. Sale, that's going to be a tough play. Throw to first is late. Sosa beats it at first. That'll be an infield single. So a leadoff infield single here for the Phillies in the bottom of the 5th, and here's Brandon Marsh. He was a strikeout victim against Sale his first time up. Hit foul for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Outside, that'll even the count of ball and a strike. One pitch is hit to short. That's a tailor-made double play. There's 1, there's 2. A 6-3 double play. And just like that, there are 2 outs. As we're back to the top of the order, Trey Turner. Singled back in the first inning, and he also stole a base. Base is empty, 2 outs now following that double play turn. Ball 1 to Trey Turner. One 0 is outside, 2-0 now. Two 0 was fouled back. Count now 2-1. 2-1 inside, and that will make the count 3-1. Three one is foul. That will fill the count 3-2. 3-2 is lifted in the air, foul territory. That will be caught by Matt Olson, and that will do it in the bottom of the fifth for the Phillies. They get the leadoff runner on, but a double play erases any threat. We head to the sixth, 3-1 Atlanta. Braves will have the bottom third of the order. White, Heim, and Mateo due up in the top of the sixth inning. Three runs for the Braves, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Atlanta, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 very costly error for the Phillies. Braves have left 6 runners on, Phillies have left 3 on. These teams will meet again starting next Friday in Atlanta for a 3-game series. And then the division rivals won't meet again until early September. So here's White to lead it off here in the top of the 6th inning. 0 for 2 tonight so far. Sanchez back on the hill at 79 pitches. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Eli White's grounded out twice. Strike one pitch is lifted into right field. Easy play out there for Garcia, and there's the first out in the top of the 6th inning. Brings up Jonah Heim. 0 for 2, struck out both his previous at-bats against Sanchez. Lines this one into left field. That is off the wall. Heim rounding first, trying for 2, and he is in there, sliding in head first with a 1-out double. Close play at second, but Heim able to beat it. Phillies are actually checking to see if they want to challenge this play at second base. So you can see the rebound. That was a heck of a play out there to fire the ball into the infield right after getting that ball off the left field wall. And, well, no, he's in there. And Phillies do not challenge wisely. So here's Mateo. Reyes fielded that ball and immediately fired to second base and almost got Heim. 0-1 is in the dirt. Counts even now 1-1. Strikeout and a ground out so far tonight for Jorge Mateo. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Counts now 1-2. Top of the order, Acuna is on deck. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Downstairs, 2-2. Two pitch. Check swing and went around. That'll be strike 3. Strikeout number 8 for Sanchez. And here's the top of the order, Ronald Acuna. Acuna's 1 for 3. Mateo definitely went around on that replay. Pitch to Acuna. Strike 1. One 0 pitch. That's off the plate. 2-0. There's a strike. Counts now 2-1. Two 1 pitch. Hit foul. That'll even the count 2-2. Sanchez is over 90 pitches now. This is probably going to be his last inning. Would like to get Acuna here and make it through 6. That's in the dirt. Count goes full now, 3-2. Drake Baldwin on deck. Three-two, bouncer to third. Throw over to first in time to retire Acuna and retire the Braves in the top of the 6th. Sanchez makes it through 6 innings, but he trails 3-1 as we go to the bottom half of inning number 6. It'll be Schwarber, Harper, and Garcia, 2, 3, and 4 in the Phillies lineup, due up in the bottom of the 6th inning. Update you on those NBA playoff scores. It's now a final in Game 1 between the Hawks and the Knicks. Knicks take Game 1, 113-102 over Atlanta. First quarter score in LA. Lakers lead the Rockets 17-14 about midway through the first quarter. Stanley Cup playoffs. Flyers, Penguins, no score. Late first period in Pittsburgh. Philly trying to come back here, down 3-1. Their offense has struggled for a good portion of this season so far, and today, no exception. They have only 4 hits again today. Schwarber to lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He is 1 for 2 with a single. He has also struck out in this game. Sanchez has not given up an earned run through 6 innings. The 3 runs the Braves scored, all unearned. So Sale back to work on the mound here for Atlanta in the 6th. First pitch, bottom 6 to Kyle Schwarber. Ball 1. One-zero pitch. Downstairs, 2-0 to count on Schwarber. Two-zero. There's a strike as it hit the inside corner. 2-1. Two-one pitch to Schwarber. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Now the count on Kyle Schwarber. It's the 2-2. On the ground, foul, first base side. Count stays 2-2. Bryce Harper on deck for the Phillies. Two-two pitch. That's a little nubber back to Sale. He will underhand it over to first in plenty of time to retire Schwarber for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And it'll bring up Bryce Harper. Harper 0 for 2 on the night. Pitch to Harper's fouled away. In the finale of this series tomorrow, scheduled starting pitchers tomorrow, Grant Holmes scheduled to start for the Braves. Phillies' expected starter tomorrow is Andrew Painter. Oh, one swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Or 0-2 rather, the count, excuse me. And there's a foul ball. Count still 0-2. Rays did not score in their half of the 10th inning, so the Pirates will have a chance to win it in the bottom of the 10th. Phillies bullpen starting to loosen here. Strike 3 at the knees to Harper as Jose Alvarado's warming up in the Philly bullpen. 2 down here, and Adolis Garcia will be the batter with the bases empty and 2 outs. First pitch down low for ball 1. One 0 is popped up. Shallow left field, catch made. Phillies done in the bottom of the 6th inning. So both starting pitchers make it through the 6th here. On we go to inning number 7. Braves 3, Phillies 1. We saw Alvarado loosening for the Phillies. We'll see if he comes on to pitch here in the top of the 7th inning. Counting tonight's 0 for 2, in the last 3 games for the Phillies, they are 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. So not only have they not had a lot of base runners on, they haven't taken advantage of it when they've had base runners on. And that's been a lot of their early season struggles this year, is lack of offense. I said towards the beginning of the game, but it's worth mentioning again, the Phillies as a team through 19 games are batting just .229 as a team, and they're definitely not going to raise that tonight, the way, or at least the way they've hit through the first 6 innings. Jose Alvarado is going to come on to pitch here in the 7th inning for the Phillies. So the night for Christopher Sanchez is done after 6. Alvarado coming on for the 10th time. 0-1. ERA a bit inflated, 10.5 ERA. He's walked 3, struck out 8 in 6 innings. He's given up 7 earned runs and 9 hits in 6 innings. So the final numbers on Sanchez tonight: 6 innings, 8 hits allowed, 3 runs, but none of them were earned. Walked 1 and struck out 8. But unfortunately, he stands to lose the game. Alvarado will face Drake Baldwin as the first batter he'll face in the top of the 7th inning. New Phillies catcher as well, Rafael Marchand, replacing Real Muto behind the plate. First pitch, top 7, strike 1, right down the middle. Baldwin 1 for 3 tonight. Scored one of the 3 Braves runs in that 3-run 3rd inning. 0-1 is fouled away, and it's quickly 0-2 on Drake Baldwin. Oh, 2 pitch. Broken bat is hit to short. And the throw to first in time. Baldwin retired for the first out at the top of the 7th. That's the second shattered bat we've seen tonight. Batter is Ozzie Albies. Albies 2 for 3 tonight. Double and a single. He's also scored a run. Pitch. Strike one. 100 miles an hour on the sinker. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's fouled away, and it's quickly 0-2 on Ozzie Albies. "0-2 is on the ground to third. Throw to first in plenty of time to retire Albies for the second out here in the top of the 7th inning. Two out, nobody on for Atlanta for Matt Olson. Olson's 0 for 2. He did reach on a walk and score in the third. Olson swings and misses on the first pitch, 0-1. One pitch is outside. That'll even the count 1-1. One pitch. Check swing. No swing, according to third base umpire. It's now 2-1 on Matt Olson. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Olson sends it deep to right field, and it is going to be off the wall. Olson rounding first and pulling in at second with a 2-out stand-up double here in the top of the 7th inning. That's the second near miss of a home run out there to right field tonight. And the batter will be Austin Riley. Riley 2 for 3. Matt Olson, a insurance run for Atlanta. They're standing at second base with 2 outs. Pitch from Alvarado's down low for ball 1. Riley's drove in a run on his off of his 2 singles. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Counts even, a ball and a strike. Comes the 1-1 pitch. Hit foul. 1-2. One-two, swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll do it for the Braves in the top of the 7th. 2-out double does not hurt Alvarado. Stretch time in Philly. 3-1 Atlanta. The top of the order for the Phillies, Turner, Schwarber, and Harper, due up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Mariners have added to their lead on the Rangers. That is now 4-1 Seattle. Bottom of the 6th. Dodgers 3, Rockies 2. Bottom of the 4th inning at Coors Field. Blue Jays Diamondbacks 1-1. Bottom of the 4th inning. Rays and Pirates still tied at 5, bottom of the 10th, but the Pirates have the bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the 10th inning. Cardinals having their way in Houston tonight, leading 6-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Pirates snapped the Rays' 6-game winning streak last night in Game 1 of that series with a 5-1 win. Rays had won 6 in a row prior to that, coming off back-to-back sweeps over the Yankees and the White Sox. But they dropped the opener in Pittsburgh last night and are in danger of dropping the first 2 in Pittsburgh. Chris Sale back out on the mound for the Braves to at least start the bottom of the 7th inning. He's at 90 pitches. Faces Marchand to lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Marchand's first at bat of the game. He came on defensively for JT Realmuto in the top half of this inning. Marchand on the years 1 for 21. He takes a strike here. But that one home run, or that one hit, is a home run. One pitch. Strike 2. Now 1-2 on Marchand. One-two pitch, a swing and a miss. Marchand strikes out. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Brings up Alec Bohm. By the way, some defensive changes for the Braves. Eli White, who was playing center field, moves to left field. Mauricio Dubon, who was in left field, moves to the shortstop position. Here's a strike to Bohm. And Michael Harris II comes into the game to play center field. He will bat in Mateo's spot in the batting order. That pitch hits the pitcher's mound and goes into center field for a base hit. So Bohm with just the Phillies' 5th hit of the night. It's a 1-out single here in the bottom of the 7th, and it will bring up the tying run. And guess who it is? It's going to be Reyes. Reyes 1 for 2. He homered back in the second, in his first major league at bat. Flew out his last time up. Ball 1. 1-0 pitch is a strike. 1-1. Stirring in the Atlanta bullpen, Dylan Lee up and warming as Sale is nearing the 100 pitch mark. Two-one pitch to Reyes. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Two-two and time called before the 2-2 pitch. Two-two pitch to Reyes. Hit foul. Edmundo Sosa on deck. Two-two pitch, swing and a miss. Strike three. Reyes goes down swinging. Seventh strikeout for Sale. 2 down here in the bottom of the seventh. And here's Edmundo Sosa. Exactly 100 pitches thrown on the night by Chris Sale. Sosa 1 for 2 as he lines that right to first. And the inning is over. Chris Sale, 7 innings pitched tonight. That's probably the end of the road for him. We head to the 8th. 3-1 Atlanta. We've been 3-1 since the top of the 3rd inning. We will see the 3rd Phillies pitcher of the night pitching here in the 8th inning. It's going to be Tanner Banks pitching for the Phillies. Banks on for the 8th time, no record. 4.7 ERA, walked 2, struck out 8, 7 2/3 innings. So Alvarado goes an inning, gave up 1 hit, had 1 strikeout. Dubon will lead it off here in the top of the 8th for Atlanta. First pitch by Banks, top of the 8th inning, is upstairs for ball 1. One 0 pitch. Strike 1. Counts even 1-1. 1-1 is fouled back. 1-2 now the count. One-two pitch is outside. 2-2 now. On Dubon, leading it off here in the Braves' 8th inning. Two-two pitch, got him. Banks with a strikeout of Dubon, 1 out, and here's Eli White. White hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. Strike 1. Oh, 1 is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. One hit foul. 1-2. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts from Tanner Banks here in the 8th inning. Two down, nobody on here in the 8th inning. Jonah Heim will be the batter. Heim 1 for 3 with a single, and he struck out a couple times. He takes strike 1 here. A 1 pitch. That is lined into right field for a base hit. Jonah Heim with his 2nd hit of the game. 2-out single, and it will bring up Michael Harris II for his first at bat. Hitting .258 on the year, 3 home runs. He's drove in 8. Appeal to first base on the swing. No swing, says the third base umpire. Ball 1 to Michael Harris. One 0 pitch. Strike 1. Counts even, a ball and a strike. 1-1 is low. 2-1. Two-one pitch is foul, and the count now 2-2 on Michael Harris. 2-2 outside, full count. Three-two is inside, ball four. Harris will draw a 2-out walk. And back to the top of the order, Ronald Acuna. Getting his fifth at bat. As back out comes Caleb Cotham, the Phillies pitching coach. First and second, 2 outs for the Braves here in the top of the 8th. Acuna on the night is 1 for 4. He singled back in the 4th inning. Ball 1. We've been 3-1 since that 3-run top of the 3rd inning for Atlanta. One-zero pitch. Up high, it's 2-0. Phillies are challenging that last ball call, and that's not even close. That is way high. So that's the first ABS challenge that's been upheld tonight. I'm not even sure why that one was even challenged. That wasn't even close. 2-0 is foul. Counts now 2-1. I guess when you're down 2 runs in the 8th inning, I guess what do you have to lose at that point? Two-one is outside, 3-1, and Banks in danger of walking the bases loaded here with Drake Baldwin on deck. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll fill the count 3-2. Three-two payoff pitch. Ball 4. They are loaded for Drake Baldwin. Kyle Backus up in the Phillies bullpen. So here's Baldwin with the bases loaded and 2 outs, swings and misses for strike 1. Baldwin singled and scored in the 3-run 3rd for Atlanta. 0-1. That is hit foul. Baldwin in an 0-2 hole. Banks has to get out of this right here to keep the spread where it is at 2 runs. With as much as the Phillies have struggled on offense this year, they can't afford to fall behind any further with just 6 outs left to play with. 0-2. Upstairs, 1-2. One, two is hit foul. Count stays a ball and 2 strikes. Banks a strike away from getting out of this. And another foul ball. One-two pitch. On the ground to short. And the throw to first in time. The Braves strand the bases loaded in the top of the 8th inning. And Banks gets out of it. On we go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be a new Braves pitcher in the top of the 8th inning. Or in the bottom of the 8th inning, rather. Dylan Lee will come on to pitch for the Braves. Lee making his 10th appearance of the year, no record. 1.13 ERA, has 1 walk, 8 strikeouts in 8 innings. Comes in with a 2-run lead, trying to hold it. So the final numbers on Chris Sale, 7 strong innings tonight. Gave up 5 hits, 1 run, it was earned. Walked 1 and struck out 7. 101 pitches for Chris Sale. Somebody jumping on the live chat. Well, hello. Day's going pretty good. How you doing? Rays got a run in the top of the 12th in Pittsburgh. Pirates answered with a run in the top of the 11th, rather. Pirates answered with a run in the bottom half. So we are heading to the 12th in Pittsburgh. Rays and Pirates tied at 6. Oh, yeah, someone in the live chat saying they're at the Phillies game. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Are you a fan of the Phillies, or are you just there as a casual fan, or are you a fan of the Braves even? Pinch hitter here for the Phillies, Dylan Moore. And it's a strike. Moore 0 for 7 on the season. Strike 2. It's 0-2. Fan of the Phillies? Yeah. Need to cheer a little bit louder out there. Phillies needing 2 runs here and down to 6 outs to do it. 0-2 pitch to Moore downstairs, 1-2. One-two pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. One down here in the bottom of the 8th. Back to the top of the order, Trey Turner. Turner 1 for 3 tonight. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Turner singled in the first and stole a base. Swing and a miss here. It's 0-2. Boy, Lee is throwing heat since coming into this game here. 0-2 pitch. Downstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch is foul. Turner stays alive. Schwarber's on deck. Phillies down to their final 5 outs in this game. 1-2, check swing, held up, 2-2. Two-two pitch is in the air, center field, and the catch made for the second out. Bases empty, 2 outs for Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber 1 for 3 with a single tonight. Pitch to Schwarber, swing and a miss. 0-1. Brad Keller loosening up in the Philly bullpen. We'll see if we see him in the 9th. 0-1 pitch. There's another strike. It's 0-2. Schwarber steps back in the box. And the 0-2 pitch on the way from Lee. Hit foul. Schwarber stays alive. Oh-2 pitch. That's popped foul. Will that get out of play? It will. Count will stay 0-2. Oh-2 pitch to Schwarber. On the ground, nice diving play at second, and the throw to first in time to retire Kyle Schwarber, and that does it. 1-2-3 in the 8th. Ozzie Albies with a diving play there. We head to the 9th. 3-1 Braves. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Atlanta. Albies, Olson, and Riley due up in the top of the ninth. And it will be Brad Keller coming in to pitch. Keller on for the ninth time. No record. 4.7 ERA. 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, 7 2/3 innings. He's given up 8 hits. So Banks goes an inning, gives up 1 hit, walked 2, struck out 2, threw 29 pitches, but did get out of it unscathed. So the Phillies know they're going to need at least 2 in the bottom of the ninth. And if the lead stays like it is, I'm sure we will see Raisel Iglesias for the Braves in the bottom of the ninth inning. So here we go, Ozzie Albies leading it off, top of the ninth for Atlanta. Albies 2 for 4 tonight. Got a double and a single. And he scored back in the third inning. First pitch, ball 1. Dylan Moore, who pinch hit there in the bottom of the 8th inning for Marsh, stays in the game in center field. It's 2-0 now to Albies. Two-0 pitch, swing and a miss. 2-1. Two one. That's another ball. It's 3-1. Three one. That's ball 4. There's a leadoff walk to Albies here in the top of the ninth. Here's Matt Olson. Olson 1 for 3. He's doubled, walked, and scored a run tonight. Marchand, the catcher, going out to have a word with his pitcher, Keller. Ball 1. One zero is a strike. 1-1. The Rays and the Pirates are heading to the 13th inning in Pittsburgh. It's been a long day there for the fans in Pittsburgh. They had a long rain delay earlier, And now we're going into the 13th inning. It is not Iglesias warming up for the Braves in the bullpen. It's Jose Suarez. 1-2 pitch misses outside. It's 2-2. Suarez does have a save this year. 2-2 pitch, lifted foul. That will get out of play. Count stays 2-2. Two, and now they've got the runner picked off, and he's going to be tagged out. He was taken off for a stolen base, and there was a throw over to first base, and the runner was dead meat. 1 out. So now the base is empty, and now the count's full, 3-2. Austin Riley on deck for Atlanta. 3-2 pitch is foul. Count stays 3-2. Three-two. In the air, left field. 2 out. I think Reyes may have lost that in the lights momentarily, but was able to find it in time to squeeze it for the second out. Here's Austin Riley. 2 for 4 tonight with a run batted in. Looking to the bottom of the ninth for the Phillies, it's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Harper, Garcia, and Marchand. Ball 1 here to Austin Riley. 1-0 pitch is a strike. Counts even 1-1. One. Hit foul. Counts now 1-2 on Austin Riley. One-two pitch. Outside. 2-2 now. Two is hit foul. Will that stay in play? It will not. Two. Outside, full count. Three-two payoff is a foul ball, and we'll do it again. 3-2 payoff pitch again. Swing and a miss, strike three. That'll do it for the Braves in the ninth. Last chance for the Phillies in the bottom of the ninth. 3, 4, and 5 coming up. They need 2 to tie. 3-1 Braves. Again, it's going to be Harper, Garcia, and Marchand due up in the bottom of the ninth inning. 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Worth noting again, the Phillies as a team coming in were hitting just .229 through their first 19 games. Well, they're hitting under 200 tonight, 5 for 28. So the batting average is team just continuing to struggle offensively. They scored 13 runs against the Cubs on Monday in game one of that series, but since then, they have lost 10-4, 11-2, last night 9-0. So in the last 3 games following that 13-7 win in the opener to the Cubs, they have been outscored since that game, counting tonight, 33-7 in their last 4 games. That is something that Phillies are going to have to get corrected, because if they, again, I know it's only April, but you lose this game tonight, you're already looking at a 5.5 game deficit to the Atlanta Braves. If not for the Mets, who are on a serious funk, they just lost their 10th in a row today. So the Mets are in last place in that division. But the standings in the NL East, at least early on in the season, are topsy-turvy. The Mets and Phillies, along with where teams you thought would be up top. Braves were supposed to be a threat. Braves were supposed to be a lot better. Last year was an anomaly for the Braves. But you got the Nationals and the Marlins up there ahead of the Mets and Phillies right now. Strike one to Bryce Harper. Robert Suarez on to try to get the save here. Out for the 9th time. I said it was Jose Suarez in the bullpen. It was actually the other Suarez, Robert Suarez. He's 2-0, 1.17 ERA, 1 walk and 8 strikeouts, 7 2/3 innings, looking for his first save of the season. 1-1 pitch, fouled away, 1-2. Phillies have to get a man on to get the tying run to the plate. One-two pitch, swing and a miss. Strike three, 1 out in the 9th. And it'll bring up Adolis Garcia. Garcia 0 for 2. He has reached on a walk tonight. Swing and a miss by Garcia, strike one. Fans starting to head for the exits. Strike two. It's 0-2 on Garcia. Oh-2 pitch. Upstairs, 1-2, 100 miles an hour on the fastball from Robert Suarez. Time called before the 1-2 pitch. 1-2. Downstairs, 2-2. Marchand, the catcher's on deck. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts, and the Phillies are down to their final out. It'll be up to the catcher, Marchand. Strikeout victim his first time up. Ball one. The Rockies have scored 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Rockies have taken the lead over the Dodgers 4-3. Blue Jays tied up the Diamondbacks 2-2. That game top of the 7th in Arizona. 1-0 pitch down low, 2-0. If Marchand gets on, Alec Boehm will come up as the tying run. Two-0 pitch. Strike one. Two-one swing and a miss, and now the Phillies are down to their final strike. Phillies in danger of losing their 4th in a row. Two-two pitch on the way. In the air to right field. This should do it. And it will. Braves have won the first 2 in Philly. They beat the Phillies 3-1, and that keeps alive the streak of the Braves not losing a series yet this season. As the Braves take it 3-1 tonight, 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Braves. They did strand 11 runners on base tonight. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error, and boy, was that a costly error for the Phillies. They left 4 on base. Chris Sale gets the win. He's now 4-1. Robert Suarez picks up his first save of the season. Tough luck loss for Christopher Sanchez as he falls to 2-2 on the season. That error by Sosa in the 3rd inning ended up opening the door for that 3-run third for the Braves, and that ends up the difference in this one. As the Braves win it 3-1, but still the Phillies offense almost MIA once again tonight as they were held to 5 hits. And their batting average, which came in at .229, is going to drop again. Phillies just cannot seem to get it going consistently offensively this year, and thus their 8-12 record as they fall now 5.5 games behind the first place Atlanta Braves in the National League East. Final game of this series tomorrow. Again, the projected starters for that game tomorrow night. Grant Holmes, scheduled to start that game for the Braves. Andrew Painter, the scheduled starting pitcher for the Phillies, as that will be the Sunday night baseball game tomorrow night. First pitch slated for 7:20 Eastern time. I plan on being on the live stream for that one tomorrow night for the finale of this 3-game series as the Braves go for the sweep. That is not set in stone yet. I will try and have an update on my page sometime tomorrow for the status of that game, or if I will even be on maybe before that for a playoff game or something. Braves win this one 3-1. That's going to do it for me tonight. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube. If you do like my content, really would appreciate a like and subscribe from you. Also on Kick tonight at Sports Kick John. You can follow me there. You can also follow me on Twitch at Sport Guru John. I do have some content on there as well. Again, tentative plan to be back tomorrow night for that Sunday night baseball game and the third and finale of this series between the Braves and Phillies. Again, I'll have an update on my page tomorrow, whether that's going to be a yay or nay on that. Appreciate you joining me. Braves win this one 3-1. They've won the first two as they go for the sweep tomorrow. Appreciate you all joining me, everybody, and hopefully I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night.